If there were a sort of red flag, a signal to David Benavidez that perhaps it's time to switch teams, I believe that this would be it because they tried to use the system to circumvent the difficult fights, and the system itself betrayed them. Mostly because what makes the system run is money, more than prestige, more than belts, and more than hype. It's about money. It's all supposed to be a way to get at the money. And you simply don't generate enough money to be acting like you got it like that, to where you don't got to do this and you don't got to fight him and you don't got to do yeah, you don't got it like that. That's something that you have to earn. And you don't earn it because Mauricio says so. You don't earn it because your manager or your promoter. Yeah, you don't earn it that way. There's only one way to earn it, and that's through the people. When Oscar De La Hoya was the golden boy, the A-side fighter, there was no questions about that. When Floyd, when Canelo, Sugar Ray Leonard before them, Mike Tyson, you name it. Any marquee attraction that reserved the right to behave as such had already earned it. But it wasn't earned because of a simple belt, because of this or that. It was because it showed up in the numbers. It showed up because the people showed up. And enough people don't show up for David to justify these kinds of behaviors. Because don't forget what this is really all about. This is about you not wanting to fight Jai Opataya. That's what it's really all about. It's not about you wanting to be undisputed, because you was at super middleweight for years. You didn't try to become undisputed. You don't start caring about nothing until a dude that's worth some money comes along and you let him do all the heavy lifting. What it do, round one? What it do, Cosmo, Kazumaki? But David and Tank, right? These fake ass A-side fighters. We got to do a segment on counterfeit A-side fighters, because these motherfuckers is counterfeit as hell. You can't force it. You can have your street team shouting that shit from the rooftops and repeating it 364 days out of 365. Ultimately, if it don't show up in the numbers, that's the gate receipts, that's the pay-per-view buys if you want pay-per-view. If it don't show up there, the shit don't matter. And David thought that he had reached the point where, I don't got to do that. I don't got to fight him. Yes, you do, because nobody interested in seeing you do nothing else. What it do? El machingón, que lo que? Devin's situation is different. I don't believe that Devin is really the A-side to nobody. But the fact of the matter is he has convinced so many people to pay him in excess of his market value. It's like you got to kind of concede that, yeah, in a way, he's an A-side. In a way. He ain't worth that money they paying because he don't generate it. And motherfuckers act like that's a shot. That's not a shot. That's math. If they giving you 6 and change or 8 or whatever they giving you, and then they do the fight, but you don't bring it back, guess what? You're not worth it. Turkey being generous doesn't make you worth it. DAZN being generous, that doesn't make you worth it. If they give you 6, you're supposed to be able to generate that 6. Simple. Danny, what it do? You know? The shit it's not complicated, because that's the way the shit was when boxing was popping and it was a lot of money in it and everybody was making money or whatever, right? When there was a lot of money flowing, that's the way it is. That's the way it was, because that's the way any business is. If I give Mr. T, all right, here you go, Mr. T, here's $6 million for you, and he's going to fight Danny. Danny takes 4. At minimum, I'm supposed to get 10 back because I gave you 6. I gave you 4 on the premise that if y'all fight, I get to make money. That's the way that shit is supposed to be. It's always supposed to be that way, because that's any business. That's how any business works. I can't give you 6 and the fight is only worth 4. Then what the fuck am I doing? Losing money. So it's hard to say that Devin actually is an A-side. It's just that he keep convincing people to give him a lot of money. Him and Keyshawn, that's not a $12 million fight. That's not a $10 million fight. That's not an $8 million fight. It's not, bro. And you know how I know? Ask motherfuckers if they was gonna buy that shit. It ain't complicated. Ask motherfuckers, yo, was you gonna buy that shit? We could put up a poll right now on any social media platform. Were you gonna buy that fight? I promise you, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you're gonna see more people say, nah, I wasn't gonna buy that shit. I was not gonna buy that shit. It's not that they can't. It's sort of that it's not that there are boxers out there that can't. It's that a lot of guys is being paid in excess of what they're worth because of the market inflation. Keyshawn is the perfect example of that. You wanted money that don't exist based on what another guy got paid. And that other guy got overpaid because Brian is not a $3 million fighter. He's not. If you do a Brian Norman fight, it's going to generate 3 mil. No, the fucking hell no. But because Turkey is generous and because you greedy, so boxing needs to, like generally speaking, that what needs to happen to the market, guys need to start getting paid what they generate. Not what you ask for. Fuck what you ask for. Because anybody could ask for a bunch of money. I could ask for a bunch of money. Probably. I mean, he might end up fighting Brian Norman, Jose. And I don't think they're gonna give him 3 mil, or even they might not give him 2 for that fight. Cause you wasting people time. There are 0 pay-per-view fights out there right now. Pay-per-view worthy, you right. I don't think T.O. and Rolly is a pay-per-view worthy fight. Who the fuck gets excited to see Rolly? And T.O., you lost your last fight, so. Now back over to David, because that's going to be the subject of the night. David is another counterfeit A-side. This is a guy who is overestimating his value in the market. And he tried to use the system to go around Ja. But the system betrayed him because you're not worth it. You're not giving the system what it needs for you to be moving like that. You're not no A-side fighter. People don't buy your pay-per-views like that. The tickets to your fights, they don't cost that much. Who the fuck you think you are? Yeah, see, Fury and AJ, they justify what they cost because them dudes do generate money. They do. Fury, AJ, Canelo, Inoue, them dudes generate. That's why their fan base is organic. Their earnings are organic. Canelo don't need a Saudi bag. He's just worth it. But he don't need one. He get out there by himself and get 40 fucking mil. Inoue, he never needed a Saudi bag. 55,000 at the Tokyo Dome. He don't need a Saudi bag. The fight he just had with Junto didn't have nothing to do with Turkey. No Turkey LL Sheik involvement. $32 million gate. $32 million. That's more than Golovkin versus Canelo, which did 27 mil. Whereas David, the system only works for you when you work for it. That's the only way it works. The only way you can move like that and get away with it is what you fed the system. But if you don't feed the system and you try to work it, it's going to work you. The system betrayed you. This recalibrated everything. That Brody understands something. Understand something. This ain't really just about belts. It may not even really be about belts because the belts are just a framework to get at what? What you trying to get at? Money. The belts is a system that are predicated on being able to get to the names so you can get to the money. But if somebody got a lot of money, like Zuffa, oh, we can skip all that. Yo, listen, I'm Noel McCalian. Keep your motherfucking belt. If you won't let me hold it, I'll hold it. But keep your motherfucking belt. Dog, I'm here for this money. I can't take the WBC title to Aldi and walk out with a bunch of groceries. I can't show that to Con Ed and the light bill get paid. I can't. I can't go to the Express and get a whole suit, tie, and all that with a WBC title. So if it's between getting this money or keeping this belt, what you think I'm gonna do? I know it's desync, but I don't know. Like you said before, the face of boxing will give you exactly. If David were the new face of boxing or a face of boxing, do you think he would have got stood up at the prom like that? When you the face of boxing, it entails certain things, and one of them is that you pay the best money. You pay the best money. That is why people want to fight you. That's why people want to fight Inoue, win or lose. That's why people want to fight Canelo, win or lose. That's why people want to fight AJ, win or lose, because you pay the best money. Well, David, you must not pay that much if that motherfucker done tried to leave you. You can't be paying that much. A lot of shit is just common sense, and what's going on in the spaces, people don't want to have common sense. That's really what it is. They just don't want to have no common sense. You think because you like David, you think because you like him, that shit means something. That shit don't mean nothing. That shit don't mean shit. You could fucking love him. That shit don't mean shit. They tried to force that dude. They tried to force him on the American boxing fan, like, oh, he's the Mexican monster. Oh, yo, that dude been on pay-per-view 5 times, bro. Plant Andre, Morel, Yard, Zerto. That's people not buying that shit. Shout out to Misael. You not even a Ryan. Yo, de verdad. Punto y aparte, de verdad. Ryan Garcia es más popular que David Benavidez. He is. Sea lo que sea. Yo no sabo, pocho, sea lo que sea. He is popular. He is. David, you not in a place where you could look at a guy and say, oh, I don't need him. Oh, he got to wait. Like, the fuck? The fuck? You need every fight. If people are asking you to fight somebody, you need to fight them. And no, you can't make it about Canelo all the time. That ship sailed already. You know that dude is still at 68 and you are at cruiser. It's dead, bro. I've been saying, I said the shit. Y'all heard me say the shit. That when he go to cruiser, the buck stops there. You're not going to go to heavy. They're going to beat your ass up there. I don't give a fuck what Roy said or what Mike said. Them dudes is gassing you up. You don't beat nobody at heavyweight. You know that. You can't go past cruiser. So who's at cruiser for you to fight that gets you a bag? Not Noel. Noel wasn't going to get you a bag. The Polish guy ain't going to get you a bag. Whoever ends up with the IBF title, they not going to get you a bag neither. Americans don't know them motherfuckers. Did we ever get number? We never did, bro. But that's how you know. That's how you know, Kazimak. That's how you know. If the numbers was good, we would have heard him. If he would have went out there and did 500,000 pay-per-view buys, you think they wouldn't have told us? If he when Spence did 325,000, it was either 325 or 360. He did that with Mikey. They wouldn't shut the fuck up about it when he did 360. So David, I know you ain't doing that. When Tank was bringing in between 200 and 275, they wouldn't shut the fuck up about that. So I know you bringing in under that because they don't even put out a number for you. They don't even put out a number for you. Yeah, he was. He was WBC champion at super middle. Very briefly, he was WBA champion at light heavy. And then when he moved up to cruiser, he won a WBC title. You make a fantastic point about how the media tried to push David. Oh, he did something that has never been done. He was a champion at super middle, light heavy, and bro, that shit been done in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years that happened. Badu Jack. That's but ¿por qué tú crees que yo digo que everything about that dude is manufactured, but you really can't fake value. You could make a fake buzz. Like, yeah, you could fake a buzz. If you pay enough content creators to talk about you and pay enough people on Twitter to talk about you, you can make a fake buzz. But it's going to hit a wall when it's time to start generating money because you can't fake that. People are either paying to see you fight or they not. People are either buying your shit or they're not. And where he fucked up at is you go to Cruiser and you say, oh, well, I'm more popular than him. I don't got to fight him. Bullshit. You can't get at a bag without him. They got so much money over there, they took your opponent from you. That's how much money they got. Like, yo, don't even fight David. Come over here, fight our guy. I didn't even think that was going to happen. Yeah, sure he did. That's why motherfuckers is leaving him. That's why they standing him up at the prom, because he be selling out. Bullshit. All that lying shit, that shit catches up, man. That's why it's better not to lie. It's better not to lie about nothing because, bro, you think that shit not going to catch up? You don't sell like that, David. You don't. For real, right, Gambit? Because shit, Opataya was talking to him first anyway. They was talking to him first, and y'all heard about it and tried to fuck it up. The WBC overstated their value, overestimated their value, because you really acting like this is just about picking up some belts. Yo, a lot of these fighters, they not Sugar Ray Leonard. A lot of these fighters is not Sugar Ray Robinson. A lot of these fighters is not Evander Holyfield or Usyk. They don't have that kind of ability to be worrying about legacy, a lot of these fighters. So what a lot of them are going to prioritize is the bag. Like, look, I would like that, but I need money. Straight up. That's what they fighting for. But you trying to act like, oh, it's just about your belt. Yo, stop lying. It's about money for them, and it's about money for you. That's why you need to shut the fuck up, play ball, and let Ja fight for that belt. That's what y'all need to do. What Noel McCallion is saying, Jose, is that he was not told about an offer in February that came from Zuffa. He's saying Don King and Samson Lukowicz withheld information and didn't give him the opportunity to take that fight. So he's telling the WBC, let me have a voluntary first, and I'll fight David after that. And that's the premise for the argument, that there was an offer on the table for me, but they didn't tell me. I haven't gotten a fight since late last year, and it's because of them. So let me get my voluntary, and I'll do my mandatory after that. I don't know what the WBC is going to do, because you can see that they're colluding with the promoters. You can see that they in cahoots with Samson and with Don King. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I know what gets more money. Jai Opataya gets more money than David. That's not hard. Get that belt over to Jai, more money. Shit is crazy out here. He thought he had it like that. You don't have it like that, David. Now what you going to do? You going to fight a nondescript Polish guy, if that. You going to fight a nondescript Polish guy in what, December? Right around the time people got to put their pennies aside for Christmas. And you going to try to sell them what? You versus CS Slack for what, $80? Yeah, all right. Good luck with that motherfucking shit. What it do, Jose?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, you know.
The
Talking
walls
about,
are closing in on David.
I mean, he going to have to fight that dude, bro, because it's Shout out to T Street. I didn't even think about what he said because I wasn't paying attention to the ranks at the time. But what he said is true. So let's say that Jai fights Noel. He's already ranked at number one right now, by the way. Jai is already ranked at number one. Let's say he fights Noel, and let's say David fights CS Slack, right? Jai becomes your mandatory. And that's if they take the belt and give it to you. If
Yeah, I
they
didn't think
take
about
the
that.
belt from Noel and give it to you, Jai is still number one. You fight CS Slack, who's interim. You get him out of the way. The next man up is Jai. One way or another, you need to just nut the fuck up and fight this dude. Just nut up and fight him. What do you do?
You know
But Jules,
damn good and
he's
well,
a
Jules, that
Jules.
he don't fight people who can fight back.
I don't. That's why he got a fake buzz that don't generate no money. It's
But-
like
but-
you can't use the system. That's why you can't use the system. You can't, how could I put it? You can't work the system. You can only work for it. When you work for it, it'll work for you. But you can't work the system. You don't have it like that. You don't generate that money for the system. So it betrayed you. And who's it fucking with? The people with the money. It's always like everything is always going to boil down to money in boxing, bro. If you really want to know what's going on in any given situation, focus on the money and that'll give you the answers. Focus on the money and that'll tell you everything you need to know.
Jules, let's do a fun experiment. Let's run through the boxers who can, as you say, fuck with the system, make it work for them. Canelo Alvarez, Naoya Inoue, Anthony Joshua used to. I don't know if he still does, but we'll go ahead and say Anthony Joshua. Who's for?
I would say Fury. Fury, look, I'm not a big Fury guy, but Fury is worth money. Yeah, if he fights in the UK, people are gonna go. Absolutely, they're gonna go. And I would say it's just those four, Jason. I would say, like, yeah, it's not because it's not a lot of guys, and it's never been. Go to any era of boxing. No, you're not gonna fight. You're not gonna find 10 faces of boxing. No, you might find 2 or 3. A clear example. It was Floyd, Manny, Cotto, Canelo. You see? In that era, those were guys who you knew could generate money. Those 4 guys. Floyd, obviously. Manny, obviously. Cotto, to a lesser extent, because the Puerto Ricans really liked him, right? His pay-per-view, his rematch with Margarito, that sold. His fight with Canelo, that sold. 900,000 pay-per-views. That's a lot for 2 guys that wasn't even it. Because remember, they wasn't it at the time. No, Cotto was kind of past it, and Canelo was still, he's still making his bones. Like, he was still kind of making his bones when he fought Cotto. It just didn't seem like it at the time. But hindsight is 2020. Even Canelo Alvarez in 2015, when they had that fight, he was not yet the face of boxing, and he was a huge attraction, but he was not yet the face of boxing. They don't start calling him that until after the second Golovkin fight. That's when he became the face of boxing. And this is a guy who could get out there with a turkey and cheese sandwich and sell 300,000 pay-per-view buys, because he sold 300,000 with Laura, 300,000 with Trout, 300,000 with Liam Smith. Those were his low numbers. His low numbers. His median numbers was in the neighborhood of 500,000, because he did 600,000 with Amir Khan. I think he did 1 million with Chavez. When you the face of boxing, that's what the shit look like. Shout out to motherfucking Eric. The problem is the WBC will honor the mandatory. Don't speak too soon, because remember this, Eric. A couple of months ago, they ordered the rematch between Mabili and Martinez. And a few weeks later, they said, nah, you know what? Canelo might be coming back. Nah, scratch that shit. Here you go, bro. You got to enter him. And then Mabili, you hang tight, because we might get you Canelo. So don't know.
It's
I'm
the
telling
WBC,
you.
not the IBF. Like,
Trying to tell you, if they smart, if you really want to do what's best for boxing, one, you got to stop, because the thing with them is they want the face of boxing to be within proximity of Mexico. But they just don't rock with David like that. What the fuck do you want me to say? The Chicanos don't rock with him like that. More Chicanos rock with Ryan than they rock with fucking David. It's
Talk
the
about it.
truth. Ryan is more popular than fucking David. In a little while, Emiliano, if he keep beating motherfuckers up, he gonna be more popular than David.
Hey, mob tactics rule, Jules. Mob tactics. We want mob tactics.
Bro, I seen that Canadian dude talking that shit. Why is these Canadians obsessed with us, Drew?
Ask Michael.
You in Canada, homie. What you worried about the Ali Act for? What, don't y'all got the Wayne Gretzky Act up there or some shit?
Wait,
Who's
what
like,
No, they got forest fires.
But don't you notice, Jules, don't you know they're all quiet today about McKalian's manager saying, like, yo, we had an offer hidden from us for fucking months.
Of course, because to that, you know what it is, Drew? I said this. It's not about protecting fighters to that. What's that dude's name, Drew? What's that?
Eric
Dude, the Canadian?
McCracken.
Eric McGracken. It's not really about protecting fighters, because if it really were about protecting fighters, and we bring this stuff all the time, we bring it up all the time, that there are so many situations that have happened in the last 15 years that if it were about protecting fighters, you would have spoken up for Adam Kovnowski. You would have spoken up for Luis Ortiz. You would have spoken up for Edwin De Los Santos. You would have spoke up for Kenya Enriquez and Virginia Fuchs. I could keep, it's so many fighters that got fucked. Where were you when the Puerto Rican Alberto Machado got fucked over, that you care so much about the fucking fighters? You don't care about the fucking fighters. And here's the thing, neither do I. I just don't pretend to. I don't pretend. I don't pretend to. Fighters get fucked over all the time by this system, Muhammad Ali Act and all. And a lot of the time, I'm sorry to say, it's your fault. There's 4 different organizations. Y'all choose to keep fucking with the WBC and the WBA. The manager, y'all let them motherfuckers do that shit to y'all. You don't work for your manager. They work for you. So you tell them, yo, I don't want 3% of my purse going to them. No, I don't give a fuck if I'm not ranked with them. No, it's either the IBF or the WBO. I'm not paying no WBA nothing, no WBC nothing. But y'all just sit back, y'all let them make the decisions for y'all. It's not different in boxing than it is in real life, Drew, that yo, you get what you put out. You get what you work for. If you gonna let another motherfucker do all the thinking for you, well, at some point, he gonna start thinking for himself. You really think the manager looking out for you? You really think Peanut Ricky does all that shit for Virgil? No, does that shit for himself.
I mean, we call him all the time, Jules, but what I can appreciate about Mauricio is he's a snake. And he rubbed his fingers together and he's like, you know what? I'd rather have my WBC champions on the big Mexican Independence weekend on Paramount than a bullshit pay-per-view on Prime.
Yep.
Oh shit, he dropped off. Well, I mean, that decision, in fairness, Drew, you can't credit Mauricio for Ryan fighting Conor, because those decisions were made before Zuffa usurped that fight. Remember, they gave Conor the #1 spot before he even signed to Zuffa. They gave it. The shit didn't make, like, how the fuck is he number one at welterweight? He ain't fought there in 3 years. And Ryan, bro, they set Ryan. You could go in there and lose to Rolly and go cry in the ambulance. We'll still give you a title shot. You wasn't even ranked, and they gave you a title shot. So it's like, yo, shout out to Eric.
Go ahead, read that.
I said, will the WBC honor it? No one has any faith in the WBC. Oh, absolutely. They make up the rules as they go along. Shout out to Pumpkin. I love when the Cookie Monster gets screwed over. Yeah, we all love that shit. Shout out to Mr. T. It's not about what's right. It's about who they like. Absolutely. Which is why I don't appreciate this fruity shit that y'all on. Stop with this fighter first bullshit. Y'all don't care about the fighters. Let's establish that. Y'all just mad that Dana's doing good. And listen, Drew, I'm pass it to you because I want to smoke a cigarette. I'm hot tonight. It's not even that I like Dana. It's that Dana is a winner and you guys are losers. Straight up. That's why y'all don't like him. Dana is a fucking winner. The UFC shit, look, whatever's whatever, that shit makes money. It makes money because he don't listen to motherfuckers like you. If he listen to motherfuckers like you, he gonna just end up giving money away and losing money. So why the fuck would he listen to y'all?
He's the
Why
first
would
one that
Dana-
did bubble fights.
Why would Dana White, who has created a soluble promotion that regularly comes in the black, unlike so many boxing promoters that operate in the red most of the time, like you have no idea that most shit you see on TV lose money. Most of that shit. It's an investment in the future. Diego Pacheco is one of the recent examples. You paid the kid $500,000, but the gate only generated $100,000. That's you investing that money in on hope that one day this motherfucker will generate money, and that's how it is in boxing most of the time. Where Dana don't have that problem. Like, nah, I ain't in the red. I'm in the black all the time. If the fighters gotta get peanuts for my business to sustain, the other thing is they not getting peanuts. I'm not even going $100,000 is peanuts. 200, 300,000. That's more than the national average.
I wish I had that.
Add what else they get, Jules? They get medical insurance. They get fucking a place to train. They get nutrition if they want to stay at the PI, room and board.
That shit is coveting, Drew. They look over at the top 2% of boxers. That's what they're doing. Because you're not looking at what Mean Machine gets. You're not looking at what Brandon Adams get. You're looking at
Mean Machine gets paid. Like
you looking at what Floyd get or what Canelo get. Oh, they not paying these guys enough. This shit enough. Listen, I'm not trying to high five Sean Strickland. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about Sugar Shane, Tulapuria. I don't give a fuck about none of these people. Near as I could tell, they make a good living. They do. Yeah, you make a good living. You getting over $100,000 a fight. That's a good living. But if you're not getting what Canelo getting, my question is, do you generate what Canelo generates? Or does the brand generate that? Near as I could tell, the UFC brand generates that. Not you specifically. You'll get beat tomorrow. And the next UFC show gonna do good. Eli got beat. Alice Pereira got beat. John Bones Jones ain't fought in 3 years, but the UFC still getting money. So Dana worked it out to where no, I can't have it all riding on one fighter or two fighters that might get injured, that might lose. That's where you gotta tip your hat off to this guy. I created a soluble business that stays in the black. When I was a free agent, when my promotion was a free agent, there was a bidding war over us. But y'all gonna tell him he doing something wrong. Grow up or stop being a loser. Because the only reason I could think of that y'all that mad at that dude is, well, you're losers. Losers hate winners. Straight up. Losers don't like winners. That's why liberals don't like Republicans. And I'm going to give it to Drew.
Jason,
what's
Jose,
up, brother?
how y'all doing?
What's
All
good,
right.
man?
Jason, what were your thoughts when you saw Mikhailian said, fuck y'all, I'm going to fight Jai?
I honestly got a full chub, man. Full chub. I almost beat it right then and there, but I was in public, so had to stop. What was there to say? Like, you all try to do a power play and you got fucked. Good, you pieces of shit. I'm honestly more curious how Don Kane still keeps getting work. Like, do people not realize who he is at this point? This motherfucker, like, if Don King told me that the sky is blue and the grass is green, I'd fucking look out the window and check. Like, what are we doing here? Why do people still work with Don King? It isn't the 80s.
I honestly forgot the motherfucker was still alive.
I don't know why they do.
That's not even me being disrespectful. I literally just forgot.
Like, I don't know why someone would sign with him. Realistically, why?
What's he going to do? He's not going to get you on a network. He's not going to, well, I was going to say not get you a title, but technically Nicole is the WBC world champion, so.
And who knows how much they were fucking... They're just fucking old snakes, man. Him, Simpson, all of them. It's fucking comedy, and I just love seeing everybody ride David and like, I wonder what Mirage is thinking. Oh, I fucking love it.
You think the WBC is gonna strip Noel?
No, I don't think so. If they have a paper
I think it
trail
doesn't matter.
showing like, yeah, I don't think it matters. But I think if they had a paper trail,
If we're to believe his Noel's manager and advisor that they have a paper trail showing that they were never presented the offer from Don and he withheld it, the WB's not going to strip him because they're going to make more money. The optics look better for the WBC to be a part of this big event, Mexican Independence Day. They're both their champions in the main event in co-main. Mauricio on stage, smiling. The WBC shirt on the winner. He gets his little comp tickets and his suite like a fucking homo.
I mean, yeah, that suits his ego. But again, like I don't think it matters. And Jules touched on it, and T Street touched on it on X. It's like, oh, strip him or not, the person you don't want to get a title shot is going to fight David Benavidez for the title one way or another. Like you're the ones who fucked yourselves into a corner with this shit by trying to be the WBC, trying to be the UFC, fucked themselves into a corner. Well, have fun with that.
it's crazy, right?
I do think it's kind of funny that we've been hyping for We've been harping for fighters to stop paying sanctioning fees to WBC, stop dealing with them, but because Jai didn't, he's kind of got them by the balls now. They can't be David Benavidez's little protection squad anymore. So, I guess there is a good reason to pay those sanctioning fees.
I just want to know where all the activists at now.
Nowhere, because they can't make money off these outrage videos.
It is fucking hilarious. And then David Benavidez's dad's crying now.
No, yeah, of course he is.
Oh,
'Cause
boo-hoo.
It is
Fuck
just
you.
this added a shot of fucking life into the fight card. I mean, everybody was already going to be excited for Ryan to knock out Conor, but this had just an extra oomph. Like they're gonna,
No, it's they have a good co-main event right now. It'll probably be a title fight. It's a title fight either way. Just it'll be either WBC or just the ring. But it's the best cruiserweight in the world against a top 5 cruiserweight, and whoever wins is going to have to fight David Benavidez, or people are just going to start calling David out. Like, at a certain point, you can't avoid a fight with the top guy in a division this hard and not get called out on it. His whole wham Canelo spiel is finally coming back to bite him in the ass.
Fuck. If Canelo told him right now, meet me at 168, he probably would.
Oh, he get in a sauna so fast. Like, he'd be calling Casemiro for tips. Like, come on, help me boil down, Casemiro.
Ignacio, cabron.
Follows Grimly.
Brim, I'm a little upset with you, Brim.
Tell me why.
You're not defending the Ali Act. You're not siding with Noel Mikhailian. You're not.
What do you
doing
mean?
your activist
I am siding with Noel. I am siding with Noel.
Now that I'm back, everybody already kind of see that Nico is dry getting ready to sign the Zuffa.
What
Like everybody else, like he dry getting he oiling it up for the joint. You know, like yeah, you putting the lube on.
Because he ain't got shit going. He ain't got shit going on.
And Amir's fluffing him. Amir Abdallah.
The shit is the shit I'm saying is you got to pay attention to people like this, not because of the now. We could read the tea leaves now. It's not for now. You got to read people like that for later, so that when you see that shit again, you know, because I knew what the shit was from the get. Like, Brody, you don't know nothing about the Ali Act or the Revival Act. Some people told you, well, your granddaddy name on it, and you tried to use that to get money. And now there's somebody they telling you like, look, Nico, we'll hook you up, bro. We'll put you in there with a turkey and cheese sandwich, and we'll get you some fights, bro. Fuck with us. And what he gonna fuck with them? Why? Cause of the money. As long as you follow the money, you gonna know exactly what's gonna happen. Nico just wanted some money. That's all that was. He just wanted some money. You are at the Senate hearing. It's just you and Oscar. Where is all these fighters that you fighting for? It should have been an Avengers Assemble moment. Bob should have came through a portal with a fucking yarmulke. He should have came through a portal. Fucking Al Heyman. He should have came through in an Iron Man costume if it was really about the fighters. You up there looking like a there looking like a whole fucking dickhead. I'm fighting for the fighter. You think the fighters are sitting in their fucking mansions and shit? Shout out to Nico Ali Walsh. He's fighting for. They don't need you to fight for it. You think Canelo needs you to fight for him? Canelo,
Nico.
right? You think Eno is in Japan? Could he do that again? Nico Ali Walsh. I could do that. No, nobody give a fuck. Nobody give a fuck what you doing. Nobody. You Greta Thunberg. Except at least Greta, you got to give it to Greta because she fooled a lot of motherfuckers with that climate change. One hot summer in the world is ending, Drew. Because the Brits have one hot. Oh shit, the world ending. Relax, homie. Shit like this happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Bro, you got the 80 degrees once, and you all.
And then David Benavidez' dad's over here crying like they got a written document. Like, get the fuck out of here, David.
Get out of here, bro. Because if y'all had a signature, y'all would have took that shit to court already. Stop playing.
Yep.
I don't think they got Noel's signature. Go ahead, Brim.
You know what's crazy? I'm seeing these guys, they playing in the mud and crying about getting dirty. That's my theme right now. Like, are you kidding me?
I know you've been waiting to say that all day. I know you've been waiting to say that shit all day.
I've been waiting to say that.
I seen you say that shit on Twitter 8 hours ago. So I know you've been waiting to say that shit all day.
Hold on. There's 5 more phrases I got to go. Can I get through all 5 of them? That's just one of the 5. The fuck?
Okay.
No, because this shit cracked me up though. It should have me cracking up laughing. I'm like, all this capping everybody doing. And you talking about it's about the fighters. If it was about the fighters, then what Noel's doing is truly about the fighter. He's going to where the money is for himself. But y'all only selectively pick and choose when it's about the fighters or when you want to represent the Ali Act that's been circumvented for years.
I'm gonna say this. I'm going to say what it is. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud because it's not interesting if I don't. Yeah, it's about Dana. It's about y'all don't like Dana, but it's also y'all don't like that Dana's a rich white guy. Because, you know, Dana got the association with the MAGA. Like everybody know the crowd that they associate. I'm not going to say that all MAGA people fuck with Dana. I don't know that. I just know that there are people on the internet that they make that association. So because you don't like what Dana represents, you vilify him in your own mind. I'm not telling you that he's the solution to all of boxing's problems because I don't think there is one personally. The way the business is, there's too many things that are inherently wrong with boxing as an industry that he alone, even with Turkey, he can't fix them. You know, like, for example, you paid all this money to get Conor Benn, but he's going to get beat in September. That's one of the things that's wrong with boxing. You can't control it all. You got to bring the mob back. For the kind of control that you were, you got to bring the mob back. Motherfuckers got to take dives. Motherfuckers, to control this shit for real. Motherfuckers got to get shot. People got to get kidnapped. Yeah, to control it.
Jules, we need to go back to the late 80s, early 90s in the aspect of this. I don't give a fuck what your political affiliation is. If you're putting on good fucking fights and you're running a tight ship, that's what the fuck I care about in this aspect. I'm not going to convolute mix up 2 different fucking situations that ain't got shit to do with each other. I don't give a fuck about his political affiliation.
The McGracken dude is in Canada, and you would think that the Muhammad Ali Act is like a force field. It's like a condom that we all wear at the same time. That when we fuck a bit, you like the way they talk about this shit is nuts. Like, yo, do you understand how many fucking fighters have been jerked in the last 25 fucking years? That the Muhammad Ali Act has been around. I'm sorry to tell you that there's not a government building in America with a cubicle in it with a bunch of guys sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. Oh, the Ali Act, we got to go enforce it. And they slide down a pole like a bunch of firefighters. No, It's just a guideline. And the worst thing is, the people in the industry already know how to get around it. Al Heyman has been getting around it for years. Samson Lukowicz is getting around it right now. You idiots literally call him a promoter. He's not a promoter. He's a manager. He don't do shows. He had to do one show this summer and it got canceled. Remember, who did they leave in charge of what was supposed to be the Ola Scuaga fight, the one that was supposed to break all the records in San Francisco?
100,000 people sit in attendance, right?
They put that on. All right, you the promoter. And what happened? The whole fucking thing fell apart because he is not a promoter. He don't have no money, no broadcast deal. He didn't broker a deal with Showtime, did he? Did he broker a deal with Fox? Does he broker a deal with anybody? Then how is he a promoter?
I mean, he offered Canelo $60 million for David.
Shout out to me. The zone check hadn't cleared for Noel versus David. Go ahead, Brim.
Not only that, the fact that I'm going to go to what round one said. He made a good point. He said that people don't like the way Dana came into boxing, which is fair. But but the problem I have with this is y'all going off words before they ran one event. I'm going off their actions, not what the fuck they say. He can say that, oh, I'm not going to work with the other sanctioning bodies, but then turn around 7 months later and say, if a fighter wants to fight for the titles, I'm going to give them that autonomy, especially if they're a higher class of fighter and a more known fighter. So all Zuffa's doing is playing the game like everybody else has already played.
The shit is that that's too long-winded. See, you got to learn how to condense shit, Brim. They didn't teach you that at the academy. Let me teach you this shit. You're mad that Dana contradicted himself because that never happens in boxing. Oscar never contradicts himself, right? Eddie never contradicts himself. Bob, I was lying yesterday, but I'm telling the truth today. Y'all got to grow the fuck up. Boxing ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. The managers are hypocrites. The fighters are hypocrites. The promoters and the networks are hypocrites. A lot of the time, we're fucking hypocrites. Yeah, a lot of the time. Except for me, because I'm enlightened. But everybody else is a hypocrite.
Except for you. Fuck you.
Except for me.
Let me ask you
Except for
this.
me.
Fuck out of
What
here.
does the Crystal Cox say was going to happen in September? Will Mauricio be having 2 champions at that press conference in September?
I believe he will. I believe my gut tells me that you saw that there were amendments made to the Revival Act that will not police how many alphabet titles will be in circulation. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
That the thing about them having 1 champion per division, they took that out. I believe that that's Zuffa and TKO trying to give that olive branch to them. Like, okay, we won't step on your toes. Y'all could do what y'all want, but y'all got to fuck with us. Because otherwise, I don't see why y'all would have took that out. I don't see why, unless you trying to smooth shit over. And if Mauricio's smart, you're not making no money off of David. You know that. He got a title at light heavyweight. That's not getting you no money. He not about to make you no money at cruiser. Fighting what? Fighting Armenians and Polish guys? Nah, son. You better get with Dana. Fuck with Dana. Fuck with the Turk.
And he'll get his comp suites. He'll get his first class tickets.
Right? He'll get his sugar. He'll get his blood sugar checked and all that.
I wish they didn't take that out. I really did.
I don't know if y'all
I get if
mentioned-
it's an olive branch, but like, fuck you pieces of shit.
I thought about it. There's only one reason that I could think of. See, initially, I thought when they did that, my perception of them trying to police, like, okay, you want to do your own thing and start your own league, but why would you care how many interim titles they have? And my interpretation of that was, no, this is hostile. This is hostile because you doing your own thing is one thing. With this, you're cutting into their revenue stream. Now you say, no, we're not going to do you like that. We're not going to do you like that. And the only reason I could think of is, you know what? Because you know you want to sign their champions. You want to use them. This Zuffa belt, I don't know what's going to happen with it. Even when the league gets going, I don't know what's going to happen with that belt because it really looks like they realized people are not going to accept this. We have the means and the money to make almost any fight in the sport of boxing. We don't actually need our own belt. We have the means and the money to get anybody over here and make almost any fight. So let's smooth things over with the alphabets and let's see if they can't work with us because we got the money. We got more money than Top Rank. We got more money than PBC. We got more money than Golden Boy. We even got more money than Matchroom, and they're doing the best.
And the
And we
pivot,
got more
Jules,
money than them.
the pivot on the amendment of, okay, prospects can only sign to 3-year max deals now. Your first big boxing contract can only be 3 years.
Which is
And they're-
ridiculous.
And they're crying about that. Like, well, what if I invest in a fighter and then Zuffa comes in and buys him up on the 3rd year and I can't match it? Oh, fucking well.
Oh, fucking well. That's free market capitalism, bro. Oh, well.
Oh,
If
to the
you-
well.
Oh, to
You know
the
what I think-
well. Like,
You know what I think Zufa wants to do with their belt, though? This is what it looks like to me. It looks like the fighters that have a higher profile, more autonomy, probably will not eventually be really on that line to be fighting for the Zufa belt. It's going to be the guys that don't have the name, and them getting the Zufa belt gets them the name to give them the ability to fight for the alphabet titles. That's what it looks like to me where Zufa is going to go.
God,
Maybe.
that thing is so ugly.
it
So
looks like
fucking ugly.
it looked like the shit that Real Talk uses when deadlifts. Like that shit. That looked like the I got in trouble belt. I got a bad report card belt. That is not a nice looking belt. It looked like a fucking communism belt. Like put some color on that shit. Put a little bit of blue in there, a little bit of red, something.
He said a communism belt.
It's the BDSM belt.
But you're right, though. Like, Mauricio's quiet for a reason right now.
Well, he's got a lot of heat. He's got a lot of heat. And you need to make new friends is the main thing, Drew, because there's been an obvious shift in the axis of power when all the networks left, all your buddies, all your friends, all your relationships, all that shit lost its value. Oh, I'm in good with the PBC, so I got access to the Showtime money. Oh, I'm cool with Bob. I got access to the ESPN. Well, all that money gone now, homie. All of that, the NBC, the Fox, the Showtime, the HBO, the ES, all that money is gone. And it's split between 2 platforms, really. Just 2. The Zone and Paramount. It's just them. So you need to make some new friends, Mauricio. Yeah. Look, I love the Zone. I've been a supporter for a long time, but it's not looking good for y'all. Y'all keep doing all this stupid shit. Like, nah, it's not. Who the fuck you think gonna pay $80 for Rolly and Tio? Who you think gonna pay that?
No, and Jules, when it comes to what we were saying earlier about, we can only sign prospects to 3-year deals, and then Zuffa comes and snatches them. What's our favorite saying, Jules? Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Straight up. Sucks to suck. Now look. You could have it written into a contract, like I'm not worried about a lot of that stuff because the thing is, it would require a lot of policing of activity for it to be as bad as people say it is. It's not that Zuffa going to come in and take everybody's fighters. Like one, because nobody by themselves has those kinds of resources. And more importantly, you just don't have the oversight to keep tabs on everybody's fighters. Like, you would have to have a guy who sits in a cubicle and he's just in there all day. He pees into a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi. He wipes his ass with his shirt. Like it's too much going on in boxing for that to be the case. Yeah. Don't worry about that. The main thing is simplify. There are only 2 platforms putting money into boxing. It used to be more. Now it's down to 2. And I'm talking about on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean. It's the UK too. The 3 preeminent promoters in the United Kingdom are all housed on one platform. All of the major American promoters are housed under one platform. It is just them and Paramount. That's it. That's not good. So for this McGracken idiot, like, the mafia, dog, we need for the mafia to come back, because at least when the mafia was around, they made sure that money got made. You think this is the Salvation Army, where a $3 million fighter gets to ask for 5, a $5 million fighter gets to ask for 10. Fuck is wrong with you?
And this is after taxes. You gotta forget, it's after taxes too.
Oh no, not after taxes. They only get $1 million.
Oh
1.2
man!
million.
I'm gonna tell you I'm just telling you that. Look, we're not gonna do the political thing tonight, but I will just say that I firmly believe that McGracken is a liberal because that's how you guys do math. That's how your math looks. No, because the fight. Yo, fuck the fucking fighters, bro. We don't have a shortage of fighters. You know what we have a shortage of? Networks. There's no shortage of fighters.
And a shortage of fans.
There's fighters all in Russia that want to fight. There's fighters in Mexico that want to fight. There's no shortage of fighters. You act like they some indispensable asset that fighters can be replaced. If Keyshawn don't fight again this year, you think Drew gonna give a shit? He's gonna suck a titty and move on. If Devin Haney don't fight, real talk is still gonna beat his dick 3 times a day.
But you know the funny thing, Jason, if Jules had it his way, he'd pay the fighters rent and a gallon of gas. That's it.
Bro,
I'm surprised he paid the gallon of gas.
Nah, because I'll say that they act like what we're proposing is some sort of egregious, heinous thing. Like, no, your show is worth X. So whatever you get paid should be based on X. And if that's not good enough because boxing is dangerous, then don't box. Because this is a business. You guys spent 15 years at boxing, either didn't it? When Floyd was around, did you all of a sudden forget? Yeah, it's a business. Have you ever run a business? I'm not talking about a bodega. I'm not talking about a barbershop. Have you ever nickel and dimed at least? Because if you had, you'd know that, yeah, you can't sustain. The shit y'all talking about, that's not a business. That's a bank heist. Oh, yeah, $2 million fighter gets to ask for 3. $3 million fighter gets to ask for 5. And then wonder why all the networks left. Literally all of them. I don't think they understand how bad that is for this sport, Drew. Do you think it's a good look? The NFL, MLB, NBA could enter free agency tomorrow, and there will be a bidding war for those sports. But there would not be a bidding war for boxing. This is an endangered species.
I mean, unless you're on the network that Golden Boy got out with his Swerve, set a record deal with them.
Fucking Dana White wasn't UFC wasn't a free agent not but a few fucking weeks before somebody picked their ass up. Not but a few fucking weeks. Meanwhile, the PBC been basically a free agent for 2 years.
Well, Jules, I have to say this though. Like Zuffa does have a lot of resources, but it's not infinite. They don't have enough resources to say make Shakur Stevenson fight.
I mean, the shit with him is that's just a guy who doesn't want to work is the main thing. Like with him, the problem is different. But the point is that these guys that keep with this fighter first fruity shit, you don't understand the state of boxing. I can tell. And who's doing that? Yeah,
My bad. I'm working. My bad.
This fighter first shit, all right? That's just because you're a suck up and a kiss ass. That's all that is. Like, oh yeah, I wanna high five the fighters. The fighters don't care about you. As soon as you start understanding that, the fighters don't care about you. And I don't care about I don't care about them in fairness. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, by the way. No, that's how it's supposed to be. You got to do what's right for you. I got to do what's right for me. We got to reach a middle ground, right? This sport cannot sustain when this many guys are getting overpaid. No, it can't, because y'all gonna keep doing pay-per-view after pay-per-view. People not gonna buy it. DAZN might go under. I'm scared for them. Like, I'm genuinely scared for them. What you're doing is insanity. 2 pay-per-views in proximity of each other on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, neither of which features a fighter that really moves the needle. Moses is not a draw yet, and he's already got a paywall up. He's not even a draw yet.
Dude, all they trying to do
against a Croatian at that, like who's supposed to be the draw here?
Dude, they trying to get everybody to get that ultimate tier, bro. That's the whole plan. Just try to get people to get the ultimate tier.
Yeah, but I know bro, that they want people to get the tier. The shit is that this is your plan. This is how you're gonna get people to get the tier, by putting everything on pay-per-view when it's very easy to steal a fight. You know? Do you understand how easy it is to steal a fight?
Oh no, Jules!
I mean,
totally
whoever
gonna pay $400 for that ultimate tier to watch a Hrgovic fight.
they guarantee Teofimo getting that exclusive deal going forward is a pay-per-view fighter.
Imagine fucking Jason scrambling to get home. I gotta watch this Felipe Hrgovic fight, yo. Said no one ever. Tripping over milk crates and shit. Like, I gotta get upstairs because Felipe. Like, what are you guys thinking? And it begins and ends. I know that Gooch don't want to agree with me on this, but no, it begins and ends with the fighters because they're the ones inflating the price. Now, what I do agree with that he said is that somebody has to be the one to crack the whip and say, no, if you don't want to fight, then don't fight. We'll just give that spot to somebody else. Believe me, there's somebody else that is willing to fight. It happens all the time. That's what makes boxing a poor man's sport. If you don't want to fight, odds are there's another Russian with an alcohol problem that is willing to stand in your place for the next bottle of vodka.
I mean, I'm happy with importing Argentinians and Eastern Europeans.
Right? It's free market capitalism.
I'll say this as I do agree with Gooch on that. I will say, quote unquote, in the defense of the promoter, when you spend all that time and money developing a guy, you kind of want to give a return on your investment, and you kind of want to not give up on him. But why do you think Top Rank fucked around with Tio so long, despite what a goddamn headache he was?
Yeah, they just wanted to recoup the money that they spent. And it's the same with Keyshawn because I'm pretty sure they haven't started making money off of Keyshawn yet. I don't think. He's not a draw yet, so you couldn't. A lot of the fighters that they develop, right? You have to look at each fighter. Let's talk about blue chip prospects, not just journeymen, but blue chip prospects. Guys out of the amateurs that you pick them up because you think they'll go all the way. That is a long-term investment. You don't start making money on guys like that until several years into their boxing career. So, of course, they're going to try to work it out with Keyshawn to make some of the money they've already spent back because, this guy's getting at least $1 million per fight. But is he really $1 million fighter? Is he?
No. And then there's very few guys that come out making you money like Oscar and Sugar Ray straight out the amateur.
Yeah, like Oscar is Moby Dick. Out of the amateurs and into the pros, he already had a following. There are even fewer fighters that are like that. Like I can only name about 4. Oscar was like that. I think Sugar Ray was where he was making money out of the amateurs into the pros. Anthony Joshua, absolutely, he was like that. He already had a buzz before he, going into the pros. And Katie Taylor, because I heard about Katie Taylor before I even saw her fight. She already had an audience. All them Irish people that watched her win a gold medal, they followed her into the pros. That's rare that a fighter comes in making money, that they're not a gamble. Because most of the time, the Shakur Stevenson, the Keyshawn Davis, the Andy Cruz, all these blue chip prospects, 95% of the time, they're still a gamble. It's a long-term investment to where, you're going to put the money up to promote them, to pay their opponents, to do shows around them, so that hopefully later on, 5 or 6 years from now, they'll be worth something, and you can not only make the money back, but make some money for your pocket. It doesn't always pan out. I don't think with Tio, I don't even think it panned out. Like, I don't know that Top Rank ever made money off of him. I don't know that they ever did.
Maybe on the turkey shows and then the Matchroom show?
Maybe because he never became. Remember, don't compare shit to now. Go back to way back when. If you invested in an Oscar or a Fernando Vargas or a Sugar Shane Mosley, you made your money back because those guys were selling. On a Marquez, on a Pacquiao, on a Margarito, you made, because you can look at the fights that they were in and see, okay, that was a big fight. They had to make money off of that. Right? In the 2 eras ago, right? Well, in the Mayweather era, let's say, and every era before it, you can pinpoint, of course they were fucking making money. Even George Foreman in his comeback, of course they were making money off of George fucking Foreman in his comeback. So it really stops making sense in this era to where I could look at Tio and for all this shit about he's a 2-division, did they actually make money off that guy? I don't think they did. Why? He never became a pay-per-view star. He never became a guy that you could put him out there and he sells $500,000. It didn't happen.
It never took over
with him. Never. Right?
Undefeated.
But
undefeated fell off, I think.
I think I see him in the corner unless he.
No,
no, he right there.
What's up, baby? There. You see the takeover, baby, Zuffa?
I can't hear nobody.
Fucking undefeated in the fucking Texas Wi-Fi, man. You got that Islam Wi-Fi.
Got that Greg Abbott wheelchair Wi-Fi.
Got that Mamdani Wi-Fi. But you could look at a lot of these guys. Like Shakur is a net negative, bro. There's no way Top Rank made money off that kid. Why? Because they were paying him $3 million at a time. They fucked off a lot of money to try to promote him. And he never reached the point where he's a pay-per-view star. Like, no, you left before that. They never got to put you on pay-per-view. The way it used to be, the fighter would graduate to pay-per-view, at which point you start getting your money back. Well, a lot of these guys never make it there. Shakur didn't make it there. Keyshawn definitely ain't there now. He's not there now. Tio, fucking forget it. They never got to make no money off of him. So
Bro, they never got to help build Shakur because he refused the fucking rotisserie fight. They brought that guy in, the guy who whooped your ass twice and took away your gold medal, made you settle for silver, just so you could get your get back. And you said no.
And I would say that is a perfect example of how the fighters today, I think they have too much agency. You can't have entry-level employees set the terms of their own employment, because then they're never going to do their job. And that might sound harsh that, boxers are entry-level employees. Yes, there's no shortage of boxers. There are thousands and thousands of boxers. Some are better than others, but there's no shortage of them. There is a shortage of promoters, though. There is a shortage of networks that actually show boxing, and there's an even bigger shortage of networks that actually put up for money for boxing. So this fighter first shit, no, fuck that. Boxing needs to be rehabilitated as an industry, because too much of the power has gone to entry-level employees. Here today, gone tomorrow. Fuck out of here.
And to your point, Jules, Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter. You know who else is a special fighter? Naoya Inoue. But when he came up, do you think there was a shortage of Japanese amateur standouts who had punching power, knock people out, and would just get into fights? No. There was no shortage of that.
No, in the American...
Inoue got to the way he was is because he fucking fought dudes.
Yeah. And he fights more often. It's like, look, there's just a lack of there's a brazen lack of a work ethic in the American space right now, because that seems to be the running theme with the younger generation, that they just don't want to work, is what I see. They're like, yeah, Shakur, I mean, you don't want Ryo, you don't want Oshaki, you don't want to unify, but you don't want to go to 1-4. So what do you want to do, bro?
You don't want your brothers to fight each other. You don't want nothing.
That's the other one that I forgot. Like, and you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight Keyshawn. Don't want to fight Oshaki. Don't want to fight Ryo. Don't want to unify. Don't want to go to. So what do you want to do, bro?
Fight Josh Padley for $5 million.
I guess that must be it.
Yeah.
Josh Padley rematch.
Bro, he talked all that shit.
Ryan knows Oscar's been robbing him. Yeah, he's gonna go to Zuffa, bro. That's an easy pick. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I was just gonna say, he was talking all that shit to Oshaki. Oh, you gotta beat Ray Ford first, then I'll fight you. Oshaki beats him. Oh, he's too small. He's too small for me. I want some credit when I beat him. Fuck off.
He's a hoe.
Well, that's why I was
exposed how big of a hoe he is. He
That's
literally said so after the fight.
That's why I was telling Drew, signing Shakur is not a flex. That's not a flex. That's a fucking headache, bro. That is not a flex. Oh, congratulations. You got Shakur, the guy who got booed in his own hometown.
Booed? They were leaving.
But go.
No,
Motherfuckers
remember,
is literally-
Top Rank paid those people to leave, remember?
Yeah, right. Because of the racism. Because of racism.
Another one. Now, did you see that one? Someone's already saying that Top Rank historically lowballs black fighters. That's why they don't want to pay Keyshawn. That shit's making the rounds now.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Drew, send me that because I want to do a segment on it tomorrow. And I'm going to be real with you. Once again, I got to say the quiet part out loud. Top Rank doesn't lowball black fighters. Black people lowball black fighters. That's who lowballs them. It's not Top Rank. If a bunch of black fans is going out there and supporting the black fighters, then Top Rank will pay them accordingly. The same as Matchroom, the same as any other promotional outfit. Don't put the blame on the fights that you steal on Top Rank, because if Keyshawn were fighting Devin Haney, y'all was gonna steal it.
Didn't
Everybody
Bud say
knows that.
Yeah, I just
Every
sent it into your Twitter DM.
Bro,
that's
Rank
why.
should've
No,
let
no,
Floyd
no,
get
no.
shot.
You shut the fuck up, Jason, with your white supremacy.
fucking racist?
Damn straight.
Fucking racist.
Because you don't. You know what you don't like about the Mexicans? That they support. It's the truth. That's what you. That is what you don't like about them, though. Bun B said it, and y'all got mad. But he's not lying. He wasn't. He's saying, when I go on tour and I look at the crowd and I see who's showing up for me and who's buying my shit. He said it was the Mexicans. I didn't say that. He said that.
Yep.
It's the same in boxing. It is. The ones who's getting out there right now in this era that we in and carrying this motherfucker, it is the Mexicans. And y'all resent them for that. So, it gotta be that, the black fighter getting, no, the black fighter's not being mistreated. You are literally sitting at home stealing their fight. Curtis fucking Schoon, who he capped for every American black fighter. He just admit you stole the Spence fight. You admitted that. So
But
you don't
Inoue's a DEI fighter.
so you don't support so you don't support Asians. I know you don't support Latinos, but apparently you don't support your own either. And then when somebody don't want to pay them, it got to be because of the racism. It's not because you steal their shit and they're not worth anything. You're the one who decides whether Bob is not the one who decides what these fighters are worth. Eddie is not the one who decides. None of these promoters decide what these fighters are worth. We do. And if you stealing their shit, they must not be worth it.
Do you remember when Spence got caught stealing a fight? Like, bro,
He really said I got a fire. He really said I got a fire stick too. I remember that. That was right before he fought Crawford. Now, I'm not telling motherfuckers, you got to pay for every fight. I'm not telling you that. You do what you want. But what I know about genuine, bona fide superstars, when they're superstars, right? When they the real motherfucking deal, you don't steal it. Yeah. If it's good enough, you don't steal it. You putting bullshit up there. And you expect people to pay for it? Okay. Keep trying. These guys are not stars. They're not. That's what I'm trying to communicate to you. Boxing needs to go back to being affordable. Otherwise, it cannot sustain. It's that simple. Yeah. A lot of these guys never belonged on pay-per-view. David should have never been on pay-per-view. Javante, no. You had one pay-per-view worthy fight. One. The rest of that should have been on a regular schedule. 200,000 buys. You could have got over 1 million views for Showtime with the Leo Santa Cruz fight, with the Hector Luis Garcia fight. If you would have did all those fights as part of a regular schedule, you guys probably still would be on Showtime. A lot of y'all are not pay-per-view stars.
But Jules, then they couldn't be on the 1 or 2 fights a year bullshit.
Yeah, because they don't want to work, But addressing that bullshit, it's not that Top Rank historically lowballs black fighters. It's not that. It's that you lowball black fighters. You steal from each other. The Jadakiss shit is the perfect example. There was a huge buzz around Jadakiss's first album, and what did the community do? Bootleg it on 2/5. That's what the community did. He couldn't go platinum via industry standards because so many motherfuckers stole the shit. When Paid in Full was done shooting, I saw the movie years before it was in theaters. That could have been a bona fide classic. That could have been bigger in theaters, much bigger than it turned out to be. But it only turned out to be a cult classic because of how many people stole it. So no, Top Rank is not lowballing black fighters. You are.
They did it for the culture.
I guess so. Now I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Undefeated, take it away.
So, do y'all want to cam up and do a dick measuring contest?
Whoa, that bounty's gonna be egregious. That bounty is going to be egregious.
God damn it. God damn it. Hey, Drew, what's up with your boy Oscar?
What do you do now?
he's a bitch, bro. I can't fucking stand this cokehead Oscar. Did you see how fucking Rayo called out Camarón?
And what? No, oh yeah, I saw that. Oscar didn't
And
say nothing. What Oscar say?
Oscar's in the comments section. He put a laughing emoji. He's like, "Too bad you're signed to Zufa." Laughing emoji, laughing. I'm like, bro, this is a great. That's a great fight. That is a great fight for Zufa, for anybody. But here comes Oscar being a bitch. Like, oh, too bad you signed to Zufa. Like, God, I hate that fucker, man.
Man, he's a
Too bad.
fucking hoe.
Too bad you signed a Zuffa. Like Ryan Garcia isn't fighting on a Zuffa show. You
Yeah,
dumb motherfucker.
like Ryan ain't going in there soon anytime soon. Shit.
I'll tell you what, Oscar. You make Virgil Ortiz fight anybody, and then you can talk about Rayo being signed to Zuffa. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
How about you get him back? How about you make him a champion? That's even better.
Let baby steps. Baby steps. Like, come on.
Fuck. So not for nothing, Virgil might leave him too.
You can go somewhere else and not work.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm getting tired of boxing.
It is getting.
No, you're getting tired of American boxing, not fucking the rest of boxing.
Well, the problem is that we live in America. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah, Jason, but the good thing is this isn't 20, 25 years ago where if we wanted to see guys like Inoue and Usyk, we would have to literally get that shit on a burned fucking DVD copy. Like now we can watch that shit live because of the internet.
God,
I mean, I remember back in the 2000s when I was watching fucking the Klitschko's fighting in Germany on the fucking internet, watching Arthur Abraham fighting on the internet. Like I would have never been able to see that before.
What was the first that first fucking illegal streaming download site called? Kazoo? What was it called?
Yeah, I think it was that one.
God, I'm old.
I honestly, I stream everything except for Zuffa because there's zero pay-per-view fights out there. Like the only one I could think of is Joshua and Fury, and they both look like ass.
And that shit's not even gonna be a pay-per-view. It's gonna be on a Friday night on Netflix.
Like what?
Crazy.
Like there's.
Bro, they look so bad in their last fights. Like Fury, I get that was like a last-minute charity thing, but still, man, dude. And Joshua looked worse.
Jason, you gotta remember, fucking Fury's 38 years old. All the coke and all the partying was eventually gonna catch up to him.
Eventually, but
what
like
caught
Josh,
up?
the only reason Joshua, the only reason that motherfucker won that fight was because his opponent stopped punching. Like I legit think someone came in between rounds and said, "You know, you were here to take a fall, right, motherfucker? Stop
you know,
punching."
if you drop him, we're gonna take your fucking purse. Yeah, Joshua's it's just one of those things where unfortunately he's just not a guy who takes a good shot. That's the thing. He's just not a guy who takes a good punch no matter what.
He's chinny, and I think he's mentally a bitch. Ain't no way. There's zero reasons for you to be having all them trainers. It's not them. It's you, bro.
Yeah, well, bro, like I don't know if you saw recently, but they interviewed Robert Garcia, and supposedly there's a story going around that I guess Joshua is doing some sort of fucking documentary on his life.
Yeah.
And they were interviewing all of the dudes that have worked with him, and they reached out to Garcia, and Garcia said, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "You guys don't want me on this shit because I'll tell the truth about this dude."
Oh,
Yeah.
come on,
I was
Garcia.
like, "Wow."
Robert seems like the type that he's gonna be like, man, nah.
Yeah, Robert's not gonna fucking sugarcoat shit. He's gonna probably tell the truth about why this fucking guy left his gym and went back to London.
That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy to me. Every time, what are they supposed to pay Keyshawn? And the worst thing is, if you try to have that conversation with that individual that feels that Keyshawn is being discriminated against on the premise of his skin, and you actually broke the math down for him, it'd be like talking to a fucking pigeon. Keyshawn is $1 million fighter. Show me a gate that he did that was $1 million, that generated $1 million. He generated $1 million in Norfolk, Virginia. He's already being overpaid. He is literally Shakur. Like the weirdest thing about this Top Rank shit is, well, it's not weird. It's just that too many stupid people say stupid things. Crawford was the highest paid fighter on Top Rank. Behind him was Shakur. They both made more money than Teofimo. Both of them. If it was about partiality towards Latinos or other fighters, wouldn't Teofimo have been making more than Shakur?
Yeah, wouldn't Rafa or Navarrete be making more than them?
Those guys, like Rafa gets peanuts.
Yeah.
Nava's been getting peanut. Nava has been fucking people up since 2016. He fucked up Niho. They was behind Niho. Yo, dog, the promotion that Isaac Dog Bay got in that pocket is way more than anything Top Rank ever did for Nava. Nava never got that. They had a whole hashtag for him. They had headbands. They had merch that said hashtag Niho. They were pushing him. And the highest paid fighters on Top Rank for the last, I'm going to say 15 years at least, have been black fighters. Yeah. Crawford's guarantee was in the neighborhood of 3 million plus with incentives. A lot of the time, he got more than 3 million for some mac and cheese. A lot of the time.
There was a time where Bud said that Bob was a racist. At the same time, Tail came out and said that Bob is a racist. He's like, well, what the fuck? Like, what can I do?
And the shit is that it's been weaponized, and that's why in 2026 you could say that about somebody and they don't even care no more. Like, okay, bro, okay, all right. As soon as I disagree or as soon as you don't get what you want, yeah, that shit don't mean nothing no more. If that's what you think, then you could think that shit and kiss my ass while you think that shit. I don't care. You're not gonna get what you want. $1 million to Keyshawn Davis, believe it or not, is already an overpayment. Yeah, it already is. Because if we put you out there, your gate does not generate $1 million. And when you fight a Nair Albright or you fight a Gustavo Limos, okay, is that a pay-per-view? No, right? So we don't have that arm of revenue. So we're just going to go off the gate. And unless you generated $1 million at the gate, unless you're generating the operational costs of this entire show that we built around you, right, you're already being overpaid. But you can't ask a bunch of guys who never made it out the 9th grade to understand economics, yet they're the main ones want to talk about that shit. Motherfuckers always want to talk about money and math and ain't good at either. You don't got this and you ain't good at that. Shut your ass up and stop stealing shit. If you want Keyshawn and other guys like him to make big money, then stop stealing shit. That's the fix.
Jules, are you trying to say that someone called the businessman who negotiated his way from $3 million to $2 million and change isn't a good businessman? Like, come on, Jules, you're just not standing the deep thinking here.
Like motherfuckers don't, you know, and that's why the arguments are sort of an exercise in futility, because everything that I just said would go right over their head like a fucking cloud. It's not complicated. Bob does not benefit from Keyshawn's failures. This is the part they don't get. Bob signed these fighters, and there is a contract minimum that he has to pay them. So he doesn't benefit from their failures. He doesn't benefit from Keyshawn's failures, T.O.'s failures, Crawford's fail. None of it. He doesn't benefit from none of that. He doesn't want them to fail. Top Rank does not want fighters that they signed to fail. I know that seems crazy to you, but whose money is paying for those fighters? Top Ranks. So you think they want to lose money? Y'all got mad at Bob that he said, I could have built 3 houses, but it's the truth. You motherfuckers can't afford to lose $5 without losing your mind, but you expect him to lose millions and not say anything. This shit, you can't argue with stupid people, bro.
And
remember, Joe, it's always what is it? People who fucking play with other people's money have they have nothing to lose because they don't have nothing
Right.
invested.
Yeah.
And we come
In
back
all
It's
full circle.
actuality.
hypocritical.
We come back full circle. It's fighters not worth the money that they're getting paid.
Yeah. A part of the reason that so many fighters started getting in excess of their market value, because it was not the case before. It was normalcy for you to get what you're worth. That used to be normal. Fighters start getting paid in excess of what they're worth circa 2014. That's when that starts. Because when Heyman injects that 500 million from Waddle and Reed into the boxing economy, right? That 500 million didn't actually exist. So that's saying that when you give Danny Garcia 1.5 million, let's say, that 1.5 million does not exist organically within the boxing market because his fights aren't worth that. You gave him that, but his fights aren't actually worth that. So that money you gave him doesn't actually exist, but now, because he got some money that doesn't really exist, he wants that all the time. And the other guys around him, if Danny got that, I should get more than that. I'm better than him. I beat him. And this is how we got here to where we are now. It's all based on money that doesn't exist. Fucking Brian Norman turning his nose up at $2 million. That shit was wrong before. It's wrong. So you a $2 million fighter? So if we do a fight for you wherever the fuck you from, it's going to do two? Nah, right? So then that money don't exist. You want free money, essentially. Because if we do a fight for you and it don't bring back the two that you want, where's the two coming from then? It's coming from the negative that you want me to be in because you think that I should do a show and I shouldn't get shit back. And on top of not getting shit back, I can't even break even. I should be losing money because of how fucking special you are. So fucking fairy tale.
Jules, it's worse than that because even if he was getting a $2 million gain, he's still not a $2 million fighter. They have to make a profit somehow. You get one max.
It's not just the top ranked fighters, Hurricane. It's all the American fighters because it's consistent with them. The British fighters sell tickets. Even Johnny Fisher, for all of his limitations, he has an army of people that follow him around to whatever town he's fighting in, and they buy tickets. Lauren Price had to hit the streets in Wales to sell her tickets, and they sold. It's like it's the same in most other markets except this one. This is the main one where for some reason the fighters are expecting you to lose money. And if you don't lose money, it's got to be because you're a racist. T.O. called Bob a racist. Terrence called Bob a racist. So did Shakur. It's like, well, all right then, bro. Okay then.
I just think it's kind of funny that they say Bob and Top Rank, they're the White Devil and all this shit, but who was the one that saved Floyd when Jay Prince was gonna fuck him up?
Yeah, that's why that shit.
Meanwhile, Al Heyman was the one who stole what was it, 200-300 mil from him,
and they don't want to acknowledge that part. Like I've already said this 10 times. I'm gonna end up saying it 10 times more. That should be the biggest story, not just in all of boxing, but in all of organized sports. Because at one point, Floyd was not just the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete of any kind. More even than soccer players, which is bigger than boxing. But at one point, he was the highest paid athlete in the world. And it should be the biggest story everywhere that, you say, it ain't us saying it anymore. He said it. They stole my money. And y'all want to talk about it. Go figure. Go figure. Bro, who the fuck is that?
Who sounds like they're in war games?
Goddamn country.
You know what I'm saying? That should be the biggest story in all of whoever that is, go to where the Wi-Fi strong. You know what I'm saying? That should be the biggest story in all of organized sports. And the reason that more people in boxing are choosing not to cover it and instead covering Gervonta Davis's latest tweet. Devin Haney just went to fucking the Gucci store. Fucking Mikey Garcia just bought a value meal at Del Taco. Right? This is the shit y'all talking about. Instead of, Floyd confirmed what we've been saying for years, what I've been saying for years. They stole that motherfucking money. You know why you don't want to talk about that shit. You
because
know
it
why you don't
doesn't
want
fit the narrative that the black man is getting ripped off.
for real.
I have
Getting
an
ripped.
issue with something Davo said in the comments, saying Virgil is not the one who ducked boots. It was Oscar's snake ass. Bro, if Oscar works for Virgil, like if that fight's not happening, it's because Virgil's not putting his foot down. Like
My God, like yeah. There's no way it works out to where Virgil wants that fight and doesn't get it. Errol fought Terrence against PBC's best wishes. Canelo fought Lara against Oscar's best wishes.
Fulton
Stephen
Inoue.
Fulton fought Inoue against PBC's best. If you want that fight, you're gonna get that fight. Simple. If you want that fight, you're gonna get that fight.
Is it true
The
that
zone?
Bob didn't want Xander to fight Boots?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
And
that
look
came
at
out
his eyes.
afterwards. That came. Case in point, you got a 23-year-old Puerto Rican, doesn't even need to be fighting Boots yet. He wanted that fight, he got that fight. Simple. He wanted that fight and he got that fight.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
were you the robot?
Okay,
Were you
what,
the
what I
gay
was
Autobot?
what I was trying to say was soccer's a world level sport. Boxing, maybe in the Ali era, was at a world level, but it stopped being a world level and hasn't been since. You know, so it's ridiculous to expect world level returns on a sport that's no longer that way.
That's
You
because
know?
they're not gonna. That's because a lot of the fighters ain't gonna say the quiet part out loud. You got to make the inference yourself. You don't care about the industry. Fine. You don't care about the business. You don't care about who's coming up behind you. Fine. You just want to make off like a bandit. Fine. The thing is, you can't say that out loud. That I want to make off like a bandit, because of course I'm not gonna let you. Oh, you want to just fuck me, right? I shouldn't get to make no money. I should go broke promoting you to just give you whatever the fuck you want. Because that's what a lot of the people in boxing are. They're not businessmen, they're bandits. That's what they are.
Heyman, bro. Where's his Where's his shit? He's fucking going to Tubi soon, bro. We're gonna see Broly on Tubi.
Well, they're on the zone, so I mean, I don't know. You want to make off like bandits with the network's money. You want to make off like bandits with the promoters' money, with Turkey's money. You guys know you're not worth what you're asking for. You know, you trying to game the system. But you're not going to say that out loud, because if you did, they'd be like, no, I'm not going to give you that. You're not worth it. So you got to make it seem like it's like a fucking human rights violation. They didn't want to give me $5
They didn't believe in
million.
me.
They don't believe in me. No, you don't believe in you, motherfucker, because if you believed in you, you take the 2 mil and make the rest off the upside. But you know, there is no upside. That shit ain't gonna break even.
Like, I don't know. It's a simple concept to understand, bro. It's like
fucking.
I'll go. I'm just saying, it's just a simple concept. You gotta take a couple steps back to make a jump forward. Like, it's that simple to understand.
And nobody wants to do that. That's why, at the beginning of the show, I talked about how David Benavidez, right? He tried to use the system, and the system turned on him. Why? Because you don't feed the system. The system only works for the people that feed it. It worked for Floyd. It worked for Manny. It worked for Canelo. It worked for Oscar. It worked for Mike. Yeah, the system works if you feed it. But when you don't feed it, it turns on you, because the prevalent theme among the American fighter in the modern era is they just don't want to work, bro. There was never a question when Oscar was Oscar, when he was the golden boy. There was never a question whether or not he was the A side, because he earned it. How did he earn it? Is it because he won a belt? No, it's because of the audience. The audience showed up. Period. Whether he won or he lost, the audience showed up. Same with Floyd. Same with Manny. Same with Canelo. It's the same now. Canelo can have a weigh-in, and it'll draw more people to it than a Sebastian Fundora fight. There will be thousands of people waiting to see him ceremonially weigh in just for that.
Well, that's because all those guys were willing to fight whoever, and these guys are not. And that's the difference.
Well, I mean, Jules, I was going to say that's the timing. The timing is different. We got people like Oscar who fought a lot of fucking big names. And look, we can't even get the fucking names right now to fight the other names right now to make
because everybody's trying. And the thing is, that's why none of them None of them are actually superstars. A lot of these guys could walk right down the street in Times Square and nobody will know who they are, right? They know that. That's why they're trying to game the system. And that's why you can't give entry-level employees, because that's what they are. You cannot give them that much agency. If you hire a 16-year-old to flip burgers at McDonald's, what do you think they're going to tell you if you ask them, so how long would you like for your break to be? And how much would you like to get paid an hour? What do you think they're going to say? Now, obviously, an entry-level employee at a McDonald's doesn't have that much agency, so that doesn't happen. But that is happening in boxing. All the fighters get to set their value. Oh, so just fuck the market, right? Fuck what the market says, because the fighters said, well, boxing is dangerous. Then don't box. Don't box.
Go do construction. Go work.
Yeah, go do scaffolding. Don't box. The shit is not complicated.
Go
and
paint.
That's good.
I said go paint walls like Andre Ward.
True. Everybody acts like running boxing, like as a business, is somehow unfair, or we got to be racist, or got to, like, no, it's a business, right? You guys literally spent about 15 to 20 years of Floyd's career boxing is a business. So when motherfuckers start talking about it like it's a business, oh, you don't like that? Yeah, it's a business. And you never ran one, so shut the fuck up.
It's all about
the business. I think it's nauseating. Like, what? So you just heard somebody say that, and you just decided you're just gonna repeat it over and over. Boxing is a business. You don't know that. Shut the fuck up.
The way you say it's superstars and shit. I mean, a lot of people like Sean Skittles and these guys. They call people like Rolly a star. It's like, yo, people like you two are fucking and ruining the sport for thinking motherfucking people like this is a star, bro. Really? You gonna call Rolly a star, bro?
Shit is fucking nauseating. Whatever the fucking buzzword is. I wish Roger would have never said that shit. I've thrown up in my mouth, in my own mouth. So you don't know shit about that thing. Oh, that is so fucking original. Wow. I never heard that before.
That's almost as annoying, Jules. That's almost as annoying as the art of hitting and not getting hit. Yeah, that's why Sugar Ray Leonard's 3 most famous fights are the ones where he got fucked up against
Jason. Yo, and a motherfucker sit there and say that shit like he just came up with it's hit and not. Oh shit, that is so original. Wow, I need to write this down. I don't want to forget this.
Okay, hit and not get. How many eyes are in hit?
Fucking boxing is a business. Yes, it's a fucking business, you fucking idiot, and that's why you can't overpay people. Imagine you got fucking girls on the cash register at the Burger King. Well, do you think you're supposed to pay them $30 an hour? Nah, right? Because then you ain't gonna make no money. Boxing is a business. Fucking idiot. Oh yeah, let's put everything on pay-per-view while I advocate for the fighters whose fights I'm going to steal. Fucking, you don't even know how to advocate for yourself. What you should be saying is, I shouldn't have to steal these fights. That's what you should be saying. We don't need more pay-per-views. We need less, because I, as a consumer, shouldn't have to steal these fights. And it's not what's wrong with me. It's what's wrong with you.
And the most fucking infuriating thing is that their underpay is a doctor's salary, $500,000 a year.
No, Jason, they want us to feel sorry for a guy that he only got $300,000. Oh no!
Oh, but not $300,000.
Yeah,
One of the biggest.
Yo, that's crazy,
bro. There are people who could work for 20 years and not make that.
He only got $1 million? Oh no!
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I hate Eddie Hearns. He's talking about like, oh, the UFC, Taunt Aspinall, his last fight, he made $1 million. Like, bitch, that's $1 million.
That's $1 million.
$1 million. He ain't worth more than that. Like,
he could have got half that. Do you think that I'm gonna fucking shit in my drawers Oh no, Tom. Tom only got $500,000. Poor him. Oh no.
Bro, if
What
you
is he
make
gonna
half a mil,
do?
if you make $500,000 and you're not set for life, you're a dipshit.
No. If you make 100,000 and you don't know how to take 10 of that and turn it into 100, yet nobody can help you. I'm not even playing.
Man,
If you get 100,000, if you get 100,000 and you can't take 10 to 20 of that and invest it in something, and you don't know how to, it's a skill. And it ain't bullshit. Being a hustler is a skill. You can take 10 to 20 of that. You could start something with that 10 to 20. You can make it work for you. But if you're just going to fuck it off, if you're going to burp it and shit it and drink it and fuck it, okay then. You're going to end up broke. A lot of boxers ended up broke, not even because somebody stole from them, but because you fucked off the money. What do you want? You shook the money tree and nothing came down.
Hey, so Jules, I want to
Evander
tell you
Holyfield went broke.
Because he bought a $50 million mansion and he had 9 kids with like 10 different women.
Isn't that the first fucking like you understand? So look, you just made 9. So the first fucking thing you want to do is go spend 8? Wow. Some fucking strategy you got.
Look at
there.
Floyd.
Hey Jules, so what is is Ryan gonna have to give a pay cut to Oscar since he's gonna be doing this? Okay, let me tell you this, because in MMA promotions, I don't see the MMA. I've seen MMA.
That's because you don't see cross promotions in MMA.
No.
It's very simple.
I've seen it. And I don't see them fighters give their organization a pay cut. So it's like, why is it in boxing why I don't see that in MMA?
Okay, it's very simple. I have a contract on Ignacio. Ignacio is the sexiest fighter in Baja. If you want to use my fighter that I have a contract with, you have to pay me. Through him or through you, you have to pay me. Because I have the contract on him, not you. You don't just get to use my fucking fighter, and I don't get to do my show because you want to use my fighter. That's why. And that makes sense. If you signed him and you developed him and you promote him, I should just get to come along and use him the same as you, even though he's not my fighter. When Netflix wanted to use Anthony Joshua, they had to compensate DAZN in the millions. Why? Because that's a DAZN fighter. They have an exclusive contract with that fighter. And here's the other thing. AJ agreed to that. You agreed to sign an exclusive deal with DAZN. That means your fights happen exclusively on DAZN unless you got to pay for that. And you should have to pay for that. Free market capitalism. I see nothing wrong with that. If you, round 1, signed Country, and he turns out to be the sex machine of the West Coast, and you're making money off him, I shouldn't just get to come in and use him the same as you. He's your fighter. You developed him. That's how the contracts work. Now, it could be a big percentage or it could be a small percentage, but until further notice, Ryan Garcia still is a Golden Boy Promotions fighter. So if Zuffa wants to use him, you have to pay. And I see nothing wrong with that.
Wasn't that
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Speaking of dangerous, any word on Raven Chapman at all as what really happened to her?
Well, I mean, it must have been that a sparring partner must have hit her really hard because she hasn't fought since June. So it must have been that maybe she wasn't sparring with headgear. I don't know, but whatever it was, it happened in sparring. Whatever it was.
It's like she collapsed in the middle of sparring and that she was in a coma.
I want to know who she was sparring. Personally,
some of these fighters, they be doing the hard sparring shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't normally hear about that. Like, you hear about brain bleeds in a fight, but a sparring session? Who the fuck was she sparring?
Like, that bitch must have.
She must have been sparring James Toney.
Man, you know, like, yeah, it happened to Luis Lopez. It happened to Luis Lopez in a fight. It happened to Phoenix Ayala in a fight. God bless the dead, Jeanette Zapata. It happened in a fight. I don't normally hear about people getting brain bleeds and sparring. What the fuck
the only time I heard of a brain bleed before this was there was some fucking Canadian club fighter who was on Friday Night Fights that I remember they said he got a brain bleed, and they had to take him out of the fight because of that shit.
Yeah, even Nick Blackwell, like he got hurt in sparring, but it was because he already had a brain bleed from the Chris Eubank Jr. fight. So you want to go sparring people after that, at your peril.
That's just fucked.
But
bro.
this one of the first times I ever heard of somebody getting an injury like that, and they wasn't even really in a fight, like in a in a fight. I don't normally hear that.
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's what I'm
odd.
saying, Jules. Some of these people they want to go hard on the sparring sessions.
Yeah, shit is crazy, but yeah, like
Speaking of
that's the
James
way
Toney,
contracts.
Did you?
Yeah, I know he's with Ryan now. I know. That's the thing about contracts though, and that's why boxing. The framework is not bad. Like, no, if you sign a fighter, you should be able to ingratiate yourself. You should get a percentage. He's your fighter. He's not somebody else's fighter. He's your fighter. If you want to use him, I'll rent him to you. Yeah, I'll rent him to you. But he's not your fighter. Otherwise, it would just be a free for all. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Jason, take it away.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about James Toney coming to Ryan Garcia's camp. Like that's gonna fucking do anything. Like
It's not going to do shit.
Not going to do anything. James is not going to teach Ryan how to fight his style. That shit's never going to happen.
Oh, he gonna get all slick with it, Philly shell style. I'll teach you how to do the booty roll correctly. God damn it.
It'll go from the sushi roll to the booty roll.
This guy. Shit. Fucking A. For reals, man. James Toney, bro. He's the only thing he could teach Ryan is, I use this PEDs. Try this. That's it, bro. Because you ain't gonna teach Ryan nothing else, bro. Trust.
I mean, to be fair, that's a useful skill to have. You're like, okay, here's how you get around the system for years. Now, you might still get caught, but you'll be the heavyweight champion of the world. So who gives a shit?
I mean, look, man. I mean, James Toney's is good. He got good footwork and shit at the way he was fighting at, moving up. He didn't look so good. Ryan, he don't look so good moving up too. So he's kind of the same way as James Toney, man.
Bro, don't you ever say James Toney and Ryan Garcia are similar in any way.
Okay. Well, light heavyweight was good and shit, but heavyweight, isn't that when he popped? He didn't look like. Yeah, bro. Look, that was his third weight class.
Yeah, but he was like fucking 40 then.
Sir. James Toney started at 160, fought at 68, 75, cruiserweight, and then went up to heavyweight.
Okay. Yeah,
so he fought in 5 weight classes.
Yeah,
man. You don't ever put those two in a
yeah, come on now. Don't insult. Don't insult James Toney by comparing him to fucking Ryan.
He didn't look. He don't like welterweight Ryan don't look good. He got beat up by Rolly, bro. I mean, that just shows me too. I mean, that's not a lot of weight, like heavyweight moving up from cruising and shit. But something that James Toney can teach Ryan is like, oh yeah, use this PED I used. Because fuck, bro, that's the only thing he could teach him. He can't teach that motherfucker nothing else. Like, what is he gonna teach him? Oh
no, but not only that, Ryan doesn't like being taught because he's already had pro trainers who fucking quit on him.
Exactly. That's the thing. You gonna teach a guy who don't want to be taught. He want to figure it out himself.
Well, he already knows everything.
Oh yeah.
No, he wants to do whatever he wants to do. That's the difference.
Bro, James Toney gonna be sitting down while boxing live on Kick, bro. Like, bro, come on now, bro. Like, he gonna see it. He gonna
James Toney's gonna invite Adrian Broner to spar Ryan Garcia.
Yo.
That's what he's gonna do.
I mean, Broner needs booze money, so
yeah, he does. Although, didn't Joel say that he's kind of recovering financially because of that Kick shit?
I think so.
Yeah, he'll fuck that off on booze sooner or later.
Yeah, he's still drinking like a motherfucker on there.
How many times has Broner, quote unquote, quit drinking?
Too many to count. That's for damn sure.
Man, I saw this one clip that he was streaming with Dean the Great, and he was like chugging this drink, and like as he's chugging the drink, you could tell that he wanted to throw up, but he still kept drinking. I'm like, why, bro? Stop.
For real, no shit.
Bro, if I took a shot every time that man said he was quit drinking, I'd probably be as drunk as he is. Like, god damn. Stop.
Hey, so so who is hyped up for that Clarissa Shields fight coming up?
I didn't know she was
Honestly, I only want to watch it because I want to see that fucking dude Teeter Mercado fight.
He's in that card. Who?
Yeah, they just added him on the undercard.
What weight does he fight at?
140.
Oh, okay. He's decent.
So far they've matched him pretty good. I mean, he's already knocked out a bunch of old dudes on his resume. Like he knocked out Jermaine Nakathila. He knocked out Juan Carlos Burgos. He knocked out Jose Pedraza, and he knocked out who was the other guy?
Bro, Jose Pedraza still fighting?
No, what I'm saying is like when he fought him, he knocked him out. Like he knocked out Pedraza like a year and a half ago. Well, anyway, he's knocked out like a few like recognizable names on his resume. The kid's got talent, but I still think he needs work though. But the thing is, he's already fought 19 times. This is going to be his 20th pro fight.
How old is he?
He's in his early 20s. I think he's like 22, 21, 22. He's young.
I mean, he's young, but he needs to step up.
Ernesto Mercado. He's a Dominican guy.
The one who ran to Salida to kick fucking tuna fish cans down the road. That guy.
Yeah. He's fighting Emmanuel to go on next Saturday, Jules.
Yo, Emmanuel to go still.
Isn't that the dude Ryan fought?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, that Ryan fought him before the pandemic. Yo, he fought that dude. He fought that dude in like 2019, I think. Yo, that's
I didn't like 2021, I think.
And you took yeah. Man, what was it? 2021?
We're talking about the dude from Africa, right?
The African dude, he was unbeat.
No, that was in 2021. I remember.
The shit is, I'm saying that dude was in his 30s before the pandemic.
Oh,
that's an old ass. Yo, I'm telling that dude is an old ass dude. Like, I'm surprised he's still fighting. But yeah, motherfuckers gotta do what motherfuckers gotta do. This is just shit I'm saying that, like, yo, boxing works best when you treat everybody like a crackhead. Yeah, that's when fat, happy fighters don't want to work. What I'm gonna go fight again for? I just got $5 million. The fuck I'm gonna go work again for? I'm gonna get my dick sucked all year. That's what I'm gonna do. But if you pay a motherfucker $300,000, I gotta get back out there. I need more money. Get my dick sucked. That's how you can't. It's fighters are game dogs. I know that doesn't sound humane, but yeah, fighters are game dogs. And you're not gonna have a good game dog if you're always fucking feeding him and rubbing his fucking belly, right? He ain't gonna win no fights. He ain't gonna win no fights. I mean, you
can't give that motherfucker steak and lobster every day. He's got to earn that shit.
And then expect him to win?
Yeah.
Like, nah, like, yeah, like it's like that. And I'm not against fighters. The strangest thing about this entire conversation is it's often treated like we're saying that they shouldn't get what they're worth. I'm saying they should get what they're worth because what they're getting, they're not worth that. We're saying the same thing, just in a different way. Keyshawn is not a $5 million fighter. And the result of giving him that kind of money, if you caved and actually gave it to him, it's got to come from somewhere. And you're expecting it to come from us. But it's not going to. They're not going to buy that fight. So what happens when you give him that, but they don't buy the fight? You know what happens? Bye-bye DAZN. How do I know? Bye-bye NBC. Bye-bye Fox. Bye-bye Showtime. Bye-bye HBO. Bye-bye ESPN. That's what happens. What do you think is going to happen to a business that is constantly facing shrinkage? You see it and hear about it all the time. When the Target leaves the neighborhood, when the Walmart leaves, when the Family Dollar leaves. Yeah, why? You can't make no money. Everybody's stealing shit. Do you think it's somehow different because it's boxing? What happens if the zone has to go under? What happens to all those promoters? I know what Eddie's going to do. Eddie's going to go back to Sky. That's what he's going. Yeah, and they'll have him too. He'll be okay. But these American promoters, oof.
Bro, they got kicked. Boxing got kicked off of Spike TV. Do you know how bad you have to be to get kicked off from those whores?
That's pathetic.
Boxing in America right now cannot get a budget to save its life. PBC was a free agent for 2 whole years, able to negotiate with anyone because Prime wasn't going to stop them. Prime doesn't give a shit. Prime is not invested. They're not putting up any money. So you could talk to whoever you want to talk to. The problem, they don't want to talk to you. 2.5 years to get a budget. And the best you could come up with is, fuck it, we got to go to the zone. I love Top Rank. But from the summer of last year till like the spring of this one, they couldn't get a budget. They couldn't. You got Peacock, you got TNT, there's plenty of networks that are still out there, and not a single one of them wanted to give you a budget. Not a one.
Well, what does that tell you? You know, I mean,
boxing is in trouble. And in the end, it's not that Zuffa did that to you. No, Zuffa only launched this year. Zuffa didn't do that to you. You guys did that to yourselves. Zuffa didn't do that to y'all. Turkey didn't do that to y'all. It's been that way.
You know what the killer is too, is that back in the day, a lot of the fighters were fighting on TV and they were still earning good money fighting on TV.
Yeah. They actually were, because it made up. If you think about the framework, let's just say Gervonta Davis would have fought Leo on Showtime. That probably would have did between 1 million to 2 million views for Showtime that night. And you've heard me say this before. Once Showtime sees that you're bringing in this kind of viewership on a Saturday night when most young people are getting drunk and getting blowjobs, if you're bringing in this kind of viewership, they're going to say, yeah, we have to give them more money so we can get more of this kind of programming. But they did it backwards. And most people don't remember what the catalyst was. The catalyst was the zone came into the space with all of their money, and they offered Gervonta Davis $8 million for a Tevin Farmer fight. Al told him to reject it. So to make up for the money that he didn't get to take from the zone, they put him on pay-per-view. Right after he gets offered $8 million, Leo Santa Cruz fight turned out to be Gervonta Davis's pay-per-view debut for the money that you told him to reject. He never belonged on pay-per-view. None of those fights did. They only did that because you kept telling him, nah, Eddie, don't take Eddie money. Don't go over there. Don't take the zone money. You know what Bob did? He let Jose, like, they got $4 million for you, Jose. We're not going to give you that. He went over there. He beats up Mighty Mo Hooker. He goes back to Top Rank. That's what you're supposed to do. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But hey, you know, and here we are. Now I'm gonna fucking go to bed because I got gym in the morning, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
Night,
fellas.
Peace.